There's so much grief in the world. And not only in the world, but within. Many people carry very heavy, very weighty grief and despair. We need only to scroll throughout the various social media platforms to experience the rises and the falls, the heartbreaks, the joys, the losses, the grief. And sometimes I find myself watching something and immediately the emotion can snatch me, and I wonder, what does it point to bear witness to another person's suffering or loss or grief, and how it wakes us up within ourselves? What are we holding? A lot of times people think about grief and they think about loss. They don't necessarily give thought to the grief that we experience just in the day-to-day reality of life. The little small losses, not of life, not connected to death and dying, but connected to change. Maybe something is no longer as it used to be, or someone. Maybe you yourself, or me, myself, are changing. It's not always easy to meet those moments. What do we do with the weight of the grief? Not everyone wants to sit with it, and that is actually what we need to do with our grief, to allow it the room and space to be, to cry, to pause, to be still, maybe to scream, maybe even sleep. But give it what it's knocking at the door for. Give it the space to have its own meaning and purpose and place in our lives. Grief deserves a place in each of our lives. We do not have to fear it or wonder, why do I feel this way? Why am I with such sadness or anguish? Allow it, because you are human. Because you've had an experience, something is happening that is awakening the happenings within you. Allow it. Many people say, well, if I open that door, I'm afraid I won't be able to close it. Keeping that door closed is going to adversely affect you in some aspect of your life, typically physically. But if you are patiently allowing yourself with grace and gentleness to slowly crack the door open, and with a safe environment, or in a safe environment with someone safe, if you do not feel capable of doing it alone, slowly start to open that door crack by crack to see what's behind it, to see what's under your grief. You'll find that the scariest of ghosts have a way of being tamed. That you have the ability to meet, to face, to hold what is within you. Because as you open that door, slowly, 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 inch by inch, crack by crack, what's being revealed is another aspect of you, your heart, your life, your pains, your traumas, your worries. Who is more deserving to see and know the fullness of you, if not you? So today on the mat, I'm holding space for grief, for your grief, for my grief, for the grief that exists in the world. It's like a thread that connects us, because no one will escape this life without experiencing grief. It's something shared, allowing us to know of the interdependent nature of our existence. We're not alone, even if we feel alone, even if society is trying to make us seem different or other. We have this thread that connects us, and grief is on the continuum of that thread. I invite us to give it breathing space. The way that we do joy, laughter, and gratitude, sit with the tears. Sit with the angst, the sadness. Hold your grief. It must be carried. It's not something we can outsource. I can't say, take my grief and hold it for a while. Walk with it along the banks. No. But I can look at myself and say, your pain is deserving of your presence. Your grief is deserving of your holding. May we be present. May we be withstanding in the holding. May we allow ourselves the truth, the organic truth of our grief. It is there knocking at the door of you, filled with all of the things that have arrived you to this moment now. Turn toward it. See what it has to offer you. Even as you may be afraid or hesitant or feel incapable, sit beside it for a while. Befriend it. Get to know you in your pain. Grief. There's no way around it. There's no way to climb above it, to sink below it. When it shows up like a breeze, when it shows up in waves and we're moved by it, pause. Don't try to outrun it. Pause, allow it to sweep over you until you become so familiar with it that eventually you notice it's not here. And maybe there's some aspect of that grief that you miss. It had you reflect on something. Maybe you do not miss it at all, but you are aware that it was and now it's no longer. Maybe it comes back in some distant future. Contrast. All things rise and fall. And to know that is to know that you can turn toward your grief, that I can turn toward my grief. And the turning toward is the freedom, the acceptance, the acknowledgement. That is the space and place of freedom. To resist is to cultivate that which we do not desire. It is to suffer it more, to prolong it. But when we allow, there's no holding on. It's just existing, ebbing and flowing. May we turn toward our grief.